how can you actually guarantee that you will be successful with your business? That's what I'm going to be discussing in this video, and I will give you the 7 golden rules of success. So hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's do a quick presentation regarding some principles of success. So 7 rules for success, paving your road to success. Sounds nice, and the thing about success is that, well, I mean, pretty much for every person it means different things. So it doesn't mean that what someone might consider as success and being successful is not something that everyone else like necessarily consider as success. So it is like highly subjective. But what we are talking about here is that basically, if you are running a business, so how are you actually going to maximize the odds that you're going to get results with your business? And what does it mean in business world? I mean, business legally has to make profit. I mean, that's kind of like the original purpose of it. So if you're talking about making successful, I mean, if you're thinking about the definition of a successful business, then I mean, one thing that it's not necessarily the first thing or the main thing, but it's still the one thing that it has to meet is really, I mean, making profits at the end. But yeah, I mean, but one thing to consider is that, I mean, so often, I mean, and too many businesses are just focused on that they are selling a service and product, and that's it. Okay, I mean, we are selling some products on Amazon, so we are selling this travel gear or whatever, and that's pretty much it, right? But I mean, that's not branding. That's not really building purpose. That's not really building like anything like significant, and it means that pretty much like our relationship with our customers is gonna be pretty thin if we are just focusing on, I mean, just selling this travel product and just making sure like people actually buy. And it's much more useful when we consider it as, okay, I mean, what are really the pain points of this market, and how can we, with our business, with our brand, with our product, really, I mean, relieve these different pain points that there are. So then it completely changes the game. So it's not so much like about hard selling anymore. We are not trying to like work hard to get like every single sale all the time. No, it's more about that we don't want to sell our products to everyone. We just want to find the market, the segmentation that really has these kind of issues, and then we provide the solution for that specific issue. So we are all about like solving problems. And I mean, there's a saying, I don't remember who was it originally, maybe it was Elon Musk or whoever, that, I mean, it's pretty much that, I mean, you're going to be paid the higher the bigger problems you're going to be solving. So the size of the problem is in direct relation with the money that, I mean, is going to come as an outcome, and that's pretty good point. But yeah, another point in really making our business successful is, I mean, asking for help. And there's different studies on this, and one study said that, okay, fine, like 76% of people who have mentors view those individuals as critical to their success in life. And that's so important. And at least for me personally, like when I'm about to do something new, then I never want to reinvent the wheel. I never want to start from like blank page. No, I mean, if there's, I mean, first thing I want to know is that, okay, I mean, who has done this before, and who could I actually, I mean, pay to help me? Who could I really get some kind of like help on this specific topic? So that's my mindset, and that's why I'm all the time in buying different kinds of trainings on different topics that I really want to master. And nowadays it's just made so much easier than it was before, because it's, I mean, there's just so many offers around that are like, if it's a good offer, it's all about solving a very like specific problem. So it's really easy to get help if you really want to get help. So I mean, the road to success is not meant to be lonely. So even if you have your business, even if you're running your business alone, I mean, it doesn't mean that you are alone, because it's really up to you that if you want to build this kind of network of other people, if you really want to get help from other people, I mean, there are like there are many ways to do that. So don't go alone if you don't. I mean, you don't need to go alone on this. It's we are much wiser if you actually tap on the other people's knowledge and expertise. So that's really crucial. And pretty much I would say that like all of us need help. I mean, I will definitely say that. I mean, I need help in certain areas, and so it's all about recognizing that, okay, this area, I mean, on this area, I don't have enough knowledge, expertise. I don't really know what to do on this area. So, I mean, who could actually help me on this area? So the first thing is really recognizing that help is needed. And the same thing really regards to is like when we have other people working on our business. So when we have like business partners, when we have teams and so on, like I mean, I cannot really emphasize the importance of this when you have your own team, because too often they are going to be suffering in silence. So if we don't teach our team members to really actively ask for help, then they are not going to do that. And as a result, they are going to be failing with their goals, and they are just going to be causing more issues than they are going to solve. So it's essential that to really build this core value of asking help all the time to your team. And that's why one of our core values is all about like asking help. And it's just so important that that the whole team works in such a way that they are actively like trying to help each other. Yeah, I mean, there's many ways we can provide, I mean, get clarity and roadmap. And the best thing is that, I mean, it's not enough that we know the pathway to do something, but it's also important that our own thinking is challenged. And that's also one thing that I'm always building to my company, to my like teams and team members, that, I mean, they should challenge me as well. They should all the time, like, they shouldn't take my my orders as like cast in stone that cannot be challenged. No, I mean, I really emphasize that everything in my company should be questioned and challenged. Yeah, so I mean, delegation, and there's another study saying that 77% of business owners experience burnout, and this is for regarding US. But I mean, it's probably maybe the number is not accurate like worldwide, but still, I mean, it's pretty high. I would consider that it's gonna be pretty high number in terms of like all the business owners who experience like burnout at some time of their career. So it's really, this is why this is really the key reason that we want to hire help as quickly as possible. I mean, hiring assistants, hiring VAs. And personally, I think that if you're running your like Amazon business and you don't have a VA, then well, I just think that, okay, I think you're out of your mind, sir, ma'am, because because there's just so many. It's just complete game changer and transformation, like the time period when you actually have other people helping you, and it's just a matter of time that you're going to be getting you're going to be achieving your goals much faster if you hire help. So that's the really key thing. I mean, we want to achieve our goals, so the way we can achieve those goals, I mean, faster if we have other people helping us. So that's why we want to build a team that we can trust and who can really work autonomously, so they don't need us to be there like 24/7 really micromanaging them. So delegation is really essential skill, and it's not only for business ownership. I would say that pretty much in the corporate world, I mean, there's a saying for managers as well, like if you cannot delegate, then you simply cannot be a manager. So it's about really recognizing where the strength lies and where to focus the energy, then everything else get delegated. So as a business owner, we put maximum effort into our core thing, and then pretty much like delegate everything else. I mean, Richard Branson said it really well, that the art of delegation is one of the key skills that any entrepreneur must master, and this is spot on. So next thing is about failures. I mean, it's not really about failing, because if you just consider like there's value in every single experience, then that means that failure is just about like learning. So it's a learning experience. So I mean, it's inevitable that we are going to be making mistakes, especially when we are doing something new. So it's just part of the thing, right? So failure is not an indicator of the capabilities, just another like learning experience. So I mean, most successful people are risk takers, and I mean, failure is just a natural path of taking risks. But I mean, it shouldn't like it shouldn't feel discouraging like when things go wrong, because pretty much in every business there are times that just seems like everything is just going wrong and nothing is really working. So but though at those times it's really important to remember that, I mean, it just really applies to pretty much like every single business there is. So I mean, when things go wrong, I mean, the worst thing is to sweep it under the rug and act like never happened. So much better is to really take responsibility and just say that, okay, fine, like this thing happened, then what can we actually do to make sure that it doesn't keep repeating? And let's say that we are going to do the same mistake second time and maybe third time. Well, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's just okay, I mean, what happened that we didn't learn from the first time or the second time? So it's just a matter of like building ourselves this capability of thinking that, I mean, it's not about what happens, it's all about how we react to it and how we can develop ourselves and develop our business further in making sure that we at least like try to learn something out of it and try to make our business better. And definitely investing, I mean, like learning never stops, so it's all about like being tenacious and saying yes to opportunities that come your way. But I would say that even more important is saying no to 99% of the things, because as soon as you get success on one thing, I mean, you're going to be getting maybe some advice or maybe just some like things that, hey, I mean, there's this opportunity that would be really good for us. I mean, and sometimes it's like people around us will say that, hey, I mean, I know you're doing really well with your current business, so there's this one thing that you would definitely like work. You could be even more successful. But then what usually happens is that, I mean, this is pretty much the shiny shiny object syndrome, where we just all the time are seeing like all these different opportunities, and then we are just going to be working on those opportunities, and boom, we realize that the original thing that started going really well, I mean, it's not going any that well anymore, and it's just going worse and worse. So we kind of blew it with the first thing, and then we're not getting success with the second and third thing, and then boom, we kind of like lost the momentum. So when things are working out on one thing, then it's really important that we amplify it. So we really put the like fuel to the fire, and it's just gonna be like getting better and better. So that's, I mean, that is just so important. But yeah, I mean, it has to be really concrete, and what better way to do that is to do these like plans of actions. So that's why we are all about doing these like weekly plans, and then, I mean, yearly battle plans, which will really give us clarity on how should what are the things that I should be doing today, like as soon as you wake up. So, I mean, it will really help to like build up the motivation and really like be committed to the thing. And I mean, no plan is cast in stone, so it's all about like, it's not about the plan itself, it's more about that planning. So it's all about inspect and adapt, and making sure that we are going to the right direction. And if you don't quit, then you simply cannot fail, because what we just established is that failing means learning. So the more we fail, the more we are going to learn, and eventually, I mean, we are going to get results with the things that we are doing. But I mean, it actually happens so many times that okay, we realize that there will be these periods of time that we consider that I mean, maybe this doesn't really make any sense. Like, why am I even doing this? And at least for me, it has happened that like even people like around me, my some family members are asking like if they see something isn't working out, like, why are you still doing that? And like, I mean, clearly it's not working out. So I mean, just move on and just go get a job or whatever. So then it's a question like, how badly do you really want it? Like, how badly do you really want to build your like successful business or whatever? And if you're not serious about it, then during those times, I mean, you're probably going to quit because you're not that committed. So it's just easier to quit than keep going. But the thing is that, I mean, persistence and consistency, I mean, those are really keys to achieving success. So it's all about being relentless in the pursuit of success. So celebrate every win, because they all matter. And that's why on Slack we have this channel called Wins. So there, I mean, you should pretty much post at least every week that what is the latest win that you have had. And a win doesn't mean that, okay, I just made $1 million, so finally, I mean, this is a good win. No, it's it's not about the size. It's all about kind of having this mindset that, okay, I learned this specific thing, and it's going to give me energy. Because if you focus on these small wins, then it's going to be like giving energy for you, and it's going to help you keep this momentum. The good thing about sharing those things is that if you share wins, it's actually likely to inspire others as well. So you're actually giving others by sharing your little wins as well. Yeah, I mean, bottom line is that when you have clarity about where you're going and what you need to do in order to get there, then, I mean, you have a clear plan of action. So that means that, okay, we have done some kind of annual plan. We have written our OKRs, objectives and key results. So we have clarity on what the end results should be. So then it's all about being consistent in taking actionable steps each day. And then we will, I mean, we will just be on our way to success. So that's why we do these like weekly plannings and that kind of stuff. So we are like every single week, we can see how we are taking like concrete steps towards our goals. If you like this topic, then hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you like to join a group where we are discussing these topics all the time, then just comment group and we will reach out to you to add you there. See you at the secret group.